Hello, and welcome to another edition of Why Today Doesn't Suck. Today is December 8th. So, historically speaking, we got quite a bit to talk about. It was on this day, it was the day after Pearl Harbor was bombed, and this is the day that Franklin Delano Roosevelt gave his A Day That Will Live in Infamy speech. And it certainly has. It was on this day that he asked Congress to go to war. He actually did it the legal way.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States was at peace with that nation, and at the solicitation of Japan, was still in conversation with its government and its emperor, looking toward the maintenance of peace in the Pacific. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that very many American lives have been lost. In addition, American ships have been reported torpedoed on the high seas between San Francisco and Honolulu. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense. But always will our whole nation remember the character of the onslaught against us. That the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December.
The Congress and the Senate was almost unanimously in favor of going to war with Japan after this attack that killed over 2,000 people and disabled many of our ships. In fact, there was only one person who voted no. Jeannette Rankin was the first woman elected to the U.S. Congress, and she was also the only holdout vote, the only person who voted against going to war with Japan after that horrible bombing. She was not too popular, and it was her second term in office. It was also her last. Yesterday, Shinzo Abe, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but the Prime Minister of Japan visited the site. He visited Pearl Harbor but refused to apologize for the bombings. Some people may refer to the even bigger bombs we let on them in 45, but those were provoked bombings. I don't know why he visited but refused to apologize. However, I don't know what else I'm saying. But we need to remember our heroes who fought in this war and brought freedom not just to America and the Middle East, well, not Middle East, Europe, but who knows how things would have been different, how different things would have been if America had not entered into the war. Human beings may be living under very different circumstances of oppression had the people who lost World War II would have won. Had America and the Allies not won World War II, things might be very different. We may never have had the Beatles. Oppression under a totalitarian dictator fascist regime such as Hitler's or Mussolini's may not have allowed for the creativity of the Beatles, which is what makes December 8th another sad day, in that It was on this day in 1980 that John Lennon was murdered by a psychopath in New York City. That person's name was Mark David Chapman, and he is currently incarcerated and probably will be for life. What is a little bit odd is that Ronald Reagan and the Secret Service agents were shot around the same time, and Hinckley is out of jail already. Probably because he did use the mentally disturbed or the psychological defense, whereas Chapman did not. Well, I hope your December 8th is better in 2016 than it was for America in 1941 and 1980. Please share your reasons why today does or doesn't suck in the comments section below.